And you guys know how this works. When the Astros hit a home run, the train comes rolling. So you will see that as part of our weigh-in here today. And we're going to have another baseball tradition in just a few minutes. But before we do that, do we have any Gerald Swindle fans in the house? Who, if you were at weigh-in yesterday, you know what happened. Swindle has thrown this grotesque squirrel on his face, basically, and he did it for good cause. He did it to raise money for breast cancer. One of our close friends, pro angler, that train's still a-rolling. One of our good friends, pro angler Luke Duncan's mother, is battling cancer, and that's what spurred this on, and far too many people are affected by cancer. Yesterday on stage, he challenged me to donate $2,000 so we could shave his face on Bassmaster Live. He had already raised $8,000, or we had already, at that point, brought us to $8,000. We thought, we challenged you guys and said, let's get it to 10. Well, I'm happy to announce that $23,000 was raised for breast cancer and still growing. Whether you're watching online or you're sitting in the stands, if you want to support this, here's what you want to do. We'll get a link up on Bassmaster.com by tomorrow morning, but it'll be a link to their GoFundMe page. Whatever you can afford, too many people are affected by this. Let's support Gerald's great cause because he shaved his face and he grew that beard to support so many people fighting. So go to the GoFundMe page. All it is Beard War. If you go to Wired to Fish, it's up there, and it'll be up on Bassmaster.com by tomorrow. Speaking of Gerald Swindle, he is going to throw out our opening pitch. Let's give him a little love, the G-Man, Gerald Swindle. He is our reigning Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year. Titleally, he's won twice, but he is being joined by his catcher today, another former Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year, and Geico Bassmaster Classic Champion. Let's hear it for Skeet Reese. Gerald Swindle, of course, being escorted out by Orbit, our back catcher, and the Houston Astros girls, bringing him out. We've had two pitchers. Davey Height proved that he is an incredible bass fisherman with his pitch on day one. He made it almost halfway to the plate. Yesterday, Brian Robson kind of hit the dirt. He's an NFL player. Let's see how the G-Man could do it. Give him a little love. Strike. Let's hear it for Gerald Swindle and Skeet Reese. You guys ready to see some of our anglers? All right, let's bring up our tournament director first, Mr. Trip Weldon.
Wow. Now that you've run all your friends out of the house, you know one of the coolest things as you were doing that, I'm watching our boats back here. Munroe's jumping up and down like he's going to get the cash for that money. But if he won, my money's on his for hitting that target and winning that money. But Dave, it's been a fantastic week. Thanks to Houston, Minute Maid Park, Houston Astros, up at Lake Conroe, our team up there, Lakeview Marina. A lot of people right back here behind stage. I've got a guy right here under the desk here that I hand the fish, my man Bill. Runs them through a cart. All of our Bass Nation conservation directors, TPW, Dave Terry, all this bunch. They took all the fish back to Lake Conroe yesterday. We only lost one fish. They're all swimming in Lake Conroe to be caught again. Kudos to all those guys. They've done a fantastic job. Takes a lot of volunteers on behalf of Barry Lopez, Michael Malone, everybody. Thanks to our volunteers, our Bass Nation volunteers, high school volunteers. They're all behind the scene. The high school anglers are down here in our service yard, the boat yard, right across the freeway here, washing these rigs, making sure they look good as they come through. But I'm ready to crown a champion, man. It's Championship Sunday. You look at Bass Track, man, this thing is going to be oh so close. It's all going to be determined right here.
Now, I got to ask you, Trip, because I know you always say it at Elite Series events, it really does look very close. What if there's a tie?
We have tiebreakers for every place except first. Harold Sharp, Ray Scott, way back when. We will have a sudden death fish off should it come down to it. We'll be out at Lake Conroe tomorrow, probably kick off around 7:30 if that happens. All you have to do is log on to Bassmaster.com for details. If we did, everybody looks at me and frowns because there's so much work that goes into a Geico Bassmaster Classic, but it would be one of the coolest things this sport has ever seen, and I can't imagine what the internet traffic would be. Nobody would get any work done tomorrow. No bass fishermen for sure. But we'll see what happens right here. If we may crown champion, we may be on Lake Conroe tomorrow.
Well, we will find out. We started with 52. We have cut that field down to 25, and we are ready to roll them through. You guys know how this works. Before we bring them through, who wants to be on TV? See all these cameras around here, and me and Tripp always do it. We're voted least likely to become cheerleaders, but that's what we do. When we spin this towel, I need you to get loud. 1, 2, 3. This is going to feature the great state of Texas. For the first time in 37 years, the Geico Bassmaster Classic returns to the great state of Texas. I need 30 seconds of absolute insanity. 1, 2, 3. What do you think, Tripp?
So. What do you think, Don Day?
I don't know, maybe one more shot. One more shot. What do you think?
Why don't you count them down, Don Day?
All right, we're going to do it one more time, guys. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
These anglers all qualified to be part of the greatest event in bass fishing, the greatest spectacle in sports, the Geico Bassmaster Classic, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, are you ready? No. I said, are you ready? Let's get ready to win! Don Day, who do we have first?
Man, this guy's been patient down here, but let's bring him up right now from Houston, California. Here is Ish Munroe.
The B.A.S.S, the big bass specialist, Ish Munroe, a 4-time Bassmaster winner. Houston, Texas, you guys have been an incredible host community. Get loud for the one and only Ish Munroe. He started the day with 21 pounds, 13 ounces. He's got 4 fish to add to that here today. 4 fish for 10 pounds, 13 ounces. He moves inside the top 10 in 9th place with 32 pounds and 10 ounces. Ish moving to 9th place and made it through to the cut here on Championship Sunday at the Geico Bassmaster Classic, and got to see this absolute incredible crowd of fishing freaks. Tell me what's going through your minds.
Oh, well, you know, everything's big in Texas. The fans have been great. You know, Houston showed out on this Classic. You guys have done a great job, and I appreciate you being here. But I do got to give some kudos to my equipment, because yesterday I ran all around the lake, and I mean back, forth, up, down, shallow, deep, you name it, looking for fish to fish today. I was like, well, I'm not even going to make the cut. So I drive all the way back. I don't stop for gas, and I go back to my RV, go to sleep. Oh, hey, you made the cut. Well, you got to come back and fish tomorrow. Well, I didn't get any gas. My Yamaha's been so fuel efficient that as much as I ran yesterday and as much as I ran today, I still have a quarter of a tank and didn't even fill up. So that tells you how good, you know, the fuel economy is on my Yamaha. But I just want to thank all my sponsors. Without you guys, I wouldn't be here. Without Tripp and his crew, I wouldn't be here. I'd be here without you, but that's okay. It's just been great. And without the fans, we wouldn't be here either. So it's all about the fans. There are no sports without the fans. So appreciate all you folks from Texas. Thanks for being here.
Let's hear it for Ish Munroe.
All right, got a Gulf Coast angler ready to roll up next. He is from Port St. Joe, Florida. Give it up for Randall Tharp.
A former Forest Wood Cup champion, took an Elite Series a win last year. His fourth Bassmaster win, came very close to a Geico Bassmaster Classic title on Lake Gunnersville, and he would desperately love it here this week. The Honey Badger, because he don't care, Randall Tharp. 22 pounds and 6 ounces to start the day. 5 fish to add to it. Looking for 2015 to take the lead. 18 pounds, 8 ounces. He moves into third place currently with 40 pounds, 14 ounces. Houston, let me hear ya. 40 pounds, 14 ounces, sitting in third place, and I know you come into this event with one goal. I mean, you've accomplished so much in your sport, but it's always to get that title, and I know every trip back here just drives you that much more, I gotta imagine.
Yeah, the very first day I stood up here and I told you there's emotions that I get at this tournament that I don't get at any other one, and you know, I could see it on Brent and the guys that are leading this tournament this morning. I mean, that's the place that you want to be on the final day. And, you know, it's an honor just to be out there fishing today with those guys. Honestly, I just tried to stay out of everybody's way and put my trolling motor down, had the best day of my tournament. So, history's going to be made here today. I'm going to be standing there just like you guys to watch it. And, you know, it's going to be one of my buddies that hoists that trophy. And it's, you know, I'm getting choked up just thinking about it. I'm not going to be the one hoisting the trophy, but it is awesome. Thank you guys for coming out. This is one of the reasons that it's so special to us. And I also want to say, I fished a lot of places. I fished all over this country. The people on the water this week in Houston were the most respectful of any classic or championship event that I've fished ever.
Obviously, you can't be ashamed of your finish here at all. I mean, a great finish making the cut. But was there any moment where you look back and you say, if I had a do-over, I would have changed that?
You know, not really. No, I mean, I make decisions every day. That's the name of this game. And obviously, I didn't make some good ones the first few days. I mean, it's just part of it. I mean, I'll have a few more classics before I retire. I'll get mine, I promise you.
I guarantee you will. Let's hear it for the Honey Badger, Randall Tharp.
And let's bring on a little Cajun love here. What do you say, folks? Out of Pierre Part, Louisiana, Cliff Crochet.
The Cajun, baby, a 4-time Geico Bassmaster Classic qualifier. Took a win at the Bass Pro Shops Bassmaster Opens last fall to qualify for this, his 4th Geico Bassmaster Classic. Let's welcome the Cajun, baby. 30 pounds and 10 ounces to start the day. He's got 3 fish here on Championship Sunday. Looking for 12 pounds, 11 ounces to take the lead. He needs 12 pounds, 11 ounces. Cajuns, let me hear ya. 9 pounds even, going to move into 4th place with 39 pounds, 10 ounces. Let's celebrate a great event for Cajun baby, Cliff Perch. 39 pounds, 10 ounces, sitting in 4th place, and anytime you can fish in Championship Sunday here at the Classic's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. I'm thankful to be here. I'm frustrated. The week started real good, and I made some decisions at the time. I thought they were right on the water. Obviously, they were wrong, but it happens. You know, just get better and go on to the next one. It happens. The deal this week for me was throwing a frog and flipping. I was throwing a spro frog on a falcon rod, seagull braid, and I had a couple ones that missed my frog, and that happens. Caught a couple good ones, but thanks everybody for coming out. Thanks my sponsors, Skeeter, K2, Yamaha, also Apache Industrial Services based here in Houston. I want to thank them, and I think I might just keep talking. I'll stay up here on the stage for a minute because this is a classic, and I don't want it to end. But it ends, and I gave it hell, and we'll go to the house, get a little better, and hopefully we'll see y'all in South Carolina.
We look forward to seeing you all season long in the Elite Series.
Speaking of South Carolina, our next angler is from there, from Wagner, South Carolina. How about giving it up for Jason Williamson?
A 2-time Bassmaster Elite Series winner returns to Geico Bassmaster Classic and rolling through in that beautiful Nitro Z21 Mercury powered. Had 30 pounds and 3 ounces to start the day. He needs 13.2 to take the lead. Looking for 13 pounds, 2 ounces, but unfortunately just 1 fish here today for the Tower of Power. 1 fish for 2 pounds, 9 ounces, puts you in 11th place with 32 pounds, 12 ounces, and as I said just a moment ago, anytime you get here on Sunday, especially here in beautiful Minute Maid Park, pretty special day.
Yeah, it is, man. I'm totally blessed to be here, happy to be here, and it takes a lot of hard work throughout the year to get here. These guys will beat your brains in every single tournament, but you know, without my sponsors, I wouldn't be here. I'd like to thank Jive Communications, Champion Power Equipment, Factory Canopies, Bass Pro Shops. You know, I found out this week just how tough my Nitro Z21 really is. This is a pretty rough lake and a lot of pleasure boats. The wind blew pretty hard all week, but man, my hat's off to all the competitors that caught them this week. This has been pretty tough. You know, the fish that live here are big, but it's really, really hard to get bit. But I just put my head down and put my J-Wheel cash and flipping stick in my hand, my Buckeye jig, and just covered as much water as I could. I fished docks, I fished brush. I just tried to mix it up. And today I fished really hard to try to make something happen, to make a pretty big move. And sometimes when you swing for the fence, you don't always knock it out. And today I'll come up a little bit short, but it's a total honor to be here, and look forward to coming back here to Houston, Texas.
Having a great season on the Elite Series, and keep it rolling. We'll see you at our next Classic.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Hopefully we'll be in Greenville, South Carolina next year.
All right, we see you again. Let's hear it for Jay Willie.
All right, next angler rolling in, another West Coast great angler. He is from San Jose, California. Give it up, everybody, for Chris Zaldane.
Time to get Zell Dangerous. A 2-time Bassmaster winner. Rolled out of Texas last year with a brand new Toyota Tundra via Big Bass at the Toyota Texas Bass Classic. So this state has been very good to him. And once again, he returns to Championship Sunday here at the Geico Bassmaster Classic. 21 pounds, 11 ounces. 3 fish to add to that here today. Those 3 fish are 9 pounds to 13 ounces, gives him 31 pounds, 8 ounces. He moves into 13th place. Let's hear it for him, Houston. Always great to get here to the Classic. Going to roll away with this one with just a little extra motivation for the next one down the road.
Absolutely. I got to ask, how many of you guys fish Lake Conroe? Round of applause. You have got to be one heck of an angler to fish that place, because we've been here for 7 days and no 2 days have been alike. Conditions keep changing. You guys know how it is. It's up, it's down. You start in one spot, you catch 20 pounds there, and you start there the next day and you catch nothing. And you'll see that with some of these weights. But this is a really cool lake that keeps you guessing. It reminds me of the California Delta where I grew up fishing. And you're constantly trying to make these adjustments and adaptations. And whoever wins this thing, today, he's going to deserve it, because we were faced with a bunch of changing conditions. And my hat's off to him, whoever it might be. But I'm gonna find myself a seat in my section over here and be a fishing fan just like you guys. I'm a fishing nerd deep down. But today I went out in 25th place. I had nothing to lose, so it was all about having fun. I tied up a big swim bait rod, 20-pound Seaguar line, a giant Mega Bass glide bait called an eye slide. And I loaded it with Trocar treble hooks, and I caught those 3 decent ones, and I had an absolute fun day. And if you haven't fished with a Trocar hook, I mean, it's like throwing a loaded handgun with a hair trigger out there, because it hooks everything it bites. It's really cool. But just want to thank my friends and family for coming out. I had an awesome week. Thank you, Houston, Texas. You guys are awesome. And I'll be in the crowd there ready to cheer on whoever wins this thing. Thanks, guys.
Congrats, and we look forward to seeing you all year long in the Elite Series.
Got another great angler coming in ready to go. How about a little noise, H-Town, from fellow from Phoenix, Arizona. Give it up for Brent Taylor.
B. Height, an angler so lethal, he won the first ever Elite Series event he fished, fishing his 5th Geico Bassmaster Classic. That win on the Bassmaster Elite Series was the 2014 Lake Seminole Elite Series. Let's get loud for him. Let's hear it for B. Height, ladies and gentlemen. 27 pounds and 3 ounces as of this morning. Looking for 16.2. 16 pounds, 6 ounces, a brand new leader. There's your brand new Geico Daily Leader. All right, let's do it again. Your brand new Geico Daily Leader. B.A.S.S. leading the Geico Bassmaster Classic, but there's a few more anglers left to go here. You have been in contention for so many major wins in the last little while. Boy, it's going to be here soon. I know it.
Yeah, I had a little stumble the first day. That's going to haunt me, but at least I can say I was leading at one time. But I've had a great week here at Conroe. It kind of set up the way I want to fish, and last 2 days I went out and kind of did what I like to do, and that would be throw a chatterbait. There's some awesome chatterbait fishing. Of course, I threw the new jackhammer, Evergreen Jackhammer by Chatterbait, which is now available in the United States, because I get that all the time, and threw it on a brand new Evergreen glass rod that's actually a USA rod. So everything that I'm throwing my chatterbait on, people can go buy at the store here in the U.S. now, so I don't have to have 20,000 questions on Facebook every week on where to get everything. So it's just been a great week. I really want to obviously thank my sponsors. I think I represent some of the finest companies out there. You know, they stand behind me. I want to thank my family, friends and family for coming out. I love you guys. And, you know, second or last all, I want to really thank B.A.S.S for probably putting on the best event in bass fishing. There's a lot of people behind the scenes that you guys don't see that really work their tail off to make sure that this is the best event in the world. And last off, there's a bunch of guys who keep us running on the tour, and that's our service crew. Those guys are, man, they really they work their butt off for us whenever we need them, and my heart's out to them. So thank you guys so much. I love you guys, and you know, I can't wait to see who wins this thing.
It's going to be exciting. Let's hear it for B. Height.
And we're getting closer and closer. Next angler coming to us from Guntersville, Alabama. We're gonna be welcoming Justin Lucas now. Justin.
Two Elite Series wins in the last 2 years. Rolling in the Berkeley ARE Araft Phoenix Yamaha. Started the day with 31 pounds and 7 ounces. The thrill of victory and the agony of angling on Championship Sunday. Not exactly the way you had envisioned this all ending, but I got to imagine that you knew you were in an opportunity. You had to make a big charge. So you...
Yeah, I did that swing for the fences thing. I'm a David Dudley. That's a bunch of bullcrap. We go out there. We want to win every tournament, no matter which one it is. I went out there and I skipped a Berkeley Havoc bottom hopper around, I don't know, 1,500, 2,000 docks today, and never had a bite. From a keeper anyway. I don't know what the deal was. But man, it was a fun week. I brought one bait back from the dead. It's a Berkeley Power Hog. That's what I caught most of my fish on this week. And I thought I could catch him today, but hey, that's fishing. I mean, honestly, Conroe who thinks Conroe can be tough? Yeah, I think so too. I got to say one thing though. I've been fishing professionally for 8 years now, and from here all the way to the lake, everywhere I've been around that lake, these are the best people, best spectators I've ever seen in 8 years of fishing. I'm serious. The most respectful people and the most excited people I've ever seen to have a tournament here. And even though I didn't catch any fish today, that part was really cool all week.
Incredibly cool. They've been waiting 37 years, and we're looking forward to spending the rest of the season with you on the Elite Series.
Yeah, I got a lot of work left to do. You know, I thought this was going to be the tournament that I kind of turned things around. And after yesterday, I really thought so. But after today, you know, a 0, hey, it happens. I'm going to go back out there. Every day's a new day fishing. I'm not going to let one day put me down.
Looking forward to hanging with you all season long.
Next angler rolling in, getting closer and closer. Boulder City, Nevada is where he calls home. Here is Timothy Klinger.
Timothy Klinger fishing his very first Geico Bassmaster Classic, representing the Bass Nation as part of the Bass Nation's Bass program, rolling in a beautiful Phoenix TH rigged boat. The beautiful Mercury and Toyota throwing him through his first Classic, but he's no rookie. A former FLW Tour champion and one of the top 3 anglers at the Bass Nation National Championship allowed him to come back here to Lake Conroe. 5 fish here today. Looking for 23. 19 pounds even. Going to move into 3rd place with 42 pounds and 7 ounces. Let's hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen. Timothy, your first classic, and we met each other in Lake Conroe in the fall at the Bass Nation National Championship, and you were pretty excited to make it here. But after this experience here, how bad do you want to get back?
Really bad. I mean, this is the best by far that I've ever been to. The crowd, Bass Nation, incredible. All you guys that fish the Nation, this is the deal right here. I mean, I'm running a Phoenix boat with Mercury, TH Marine, Power Poles, Humminbird, Minn Kota, and I'm driving in a Tundra that's incredible. ARE cap. I mean, it don't get any better than this.
It's been incredible having you here at the Classic, and tell everybody how they can be in your shoes, because literally anybody could qualify to be here if you finish well enough.
Oh yeah, you just find a club in your state that's nation qualified, and you fish at about 6 tournaments or so, depending on your state, and man, if you do good, this is where you're going to be, and I want to be back here. There's no doubt about it. I'll tell you, I got to thank God. You know, He's my Savior, and man, this crowd is awesome. My family, all my friends back home, man, the support, Facebook and whatnot, has just been incredible.
Incredible experience, and I know you'll be back here again. Let's hear it for Timothy Klinger.
And there's Springer, next angler in disguise from the Golden State. He's from Arroyo Grande, California. Give it up for Jared Lintner.
A former Bass Pro Shops, a Bassmaster Open champion, rolling through in his beautiful Skeeter Yamaha, a member of Team Skeeter, Team Yamaha. Started today with 26 pounds, 15 ounces, and gives this Houston crowd something to cheer about on Championship Sunday. 26 pounds, 15 ounces. We're looking for 16-11 to take the lead. 19 pounds, 10 ounces. Jared Lintner takes the lead, and the train rolls on. That's the good news. The bad news is there's a train coming through here, a train of anglers, and you got to fend them off. But whatever way, a high note to finish your Classic here this week.
Yeah, you know, like I said yesterday, you know, this place has got big ones in it, and I was kind of frustrated over, what, 8 days now, 7 days? But I haven't caught a big one. I finally did. I seen her cruising down the bank earlier in the day, and I came back and bombed a wacky rig, little Trocar hook. Thank God I got them as a sponsor, and caught her, and caught some other nice fish today. It was just one of those days when, you know, I wasn't pressing, and I really wanted to catch a decent fish. How much did that fish weigh?
That individual fish was 6 pounds, 3 ounces, which takes over our Berkeley Big Bass for the day, not for the tournament, but let's hear it. With a great final day like this, was it the changing conditions that played into your favor, or did you figure them out here on Championship Sunday?
No, yesterday afternoon I started seeing some fish like paired up, swimming around. We're super, super shallow, and I've been fishing shallow all week. You know, I had a Jackal flick shake worm rigged on a drop shot, actually, with 20-pound sunline, and pitching it where guys were flipping creature baits. And that got me a lot of bites behind guys. And then I also used the same flick shake worm, wacky rig, and I'm out of worms though, so maybe you can give me some? Maybe.
I think you know a guy.
Maybe. But no, it was really good. All my equipment performed great, you know, Shimano, Loomis. And I gotta say, you know, I didn't realize how big this lake can get, and thank God I got a Skeeter with a Yamaha because it got me in, you know, really reliable. The first day I didn't realize where I was at, and I was kind of concerned, but got me here.
Great to have you here. We look forward to seeing you all season on the Elite Series.
A little more Texas love here for our next angler coming in from Payson, Arizona. Y'all give it up for Clifford Perch.
Clifford Perch, a three-time U.S. Open champion, has qualified for the last 4 Geico Bassmaster Classics. Let's hear it for him, Houston. £26 and 12 ounces. An incredible day one. But things got a whole lot tougher after day one, and as we've learned day after day, event after event, Lake Conroe, a very up and down fishery. Today, 6 pounds, 2 ounces, gives them 32 pounds, 14 ounces. But let's hear it for one of our Championship Sunday finalists. Who says you can't weigh in a spot on Lake Conroe? Boy, Clifford, you know, anytime you're here in Championship Sunday, it's something very special, something very memorable, and it's what we all dreamed about as little kids. But I got to believe this one. After day one, we saw a confidence out of you that you don't often show. I mean, you really felt you had him dialed, but Lake Conroe seemed to, every angler in this field at some point had a weakness to it.
Yeah, you know, I just thought there was a lot more fish here. I really felt like I had a pattern where I could catch them on the bank, and I could catch them, and they were feeding on shad, on some riprap. I could catch them on a couple of cuts right there spawning, and then I had a shelf out in front of it where they would move out to or in from. So I felt like all 3 places I had the right bait, the right technique, and the right location to catch them. And you know, I had some flurries the first day that just, you know, I'd make 3 or 4 casts in a row and catch 3 nice ones. And, you know, it'd be right after somebody in the top 5 had already gone through it. So I'll tell you what, I just felt really good about it. I fished mainly the lower end of the lake. The shad are really small down here. And I came here, I expected to throw a big Super Spook, 8XE, you know, big stuff. I started out with 7-inch swim bait. Well, I didn't get any bites. And when I started seeing those shad, you know, I picked up a little bitty crankbait and started catching them instantly. And so, you know, I kind of duplicated that with a small swim bait and then a little finesse robo worm and got them a little bit on a football jig out offshore. But, you know, that was kind of my game. And I really felt good about it. You know, a lot of times, you know, fishing, you know, anything can happen and there's a million variables, and we've seen it. But I really felt good about it, but, you know, it just didn't pan out. You know, I caught lots of them the first day, and it got really hard to get them after that. But, hey, I had a great week. I'm just completely blessed to be in the Bassmaster Classic, and, man, it was just a great time. You know, I don't always just rattle off my sponsors, but I want to tell you, I got some great people backing me. You know, a lot of people go out there and buy one boat when they retire. You know, it's their prize deal, and you know, more often than not, they keep it for a long time. I'll tell you what, I had somebody in Florida tell me he's got 3,900 hours on his Suzuki engine, and you know, that's what I'm running this year. And I'll tell you what, that's the biggest question I get asked when I go to sell a boat: how many hours are on it? And I'll tell you what, when they're running that long, you can't go wrong. So that, you know, your long-term investment is just is the safest bet. I mean, I'll tell you what, Phoenix boats, you know, I'm excited to be in a Phoenix boat. They're tough enough to get hit by a car on I-10 at 60 miles an hour and fish the Bassmaster Classic without a hitch. So I'll tell you what, just a great week. It was a total blessing. Again, I'm ready to come back. You know what I mean? Got to catch them on the Elite Series and hopefully be at Hartwell. But thanks, Houston. Thanks, everybody, for coming, and hopefully we get to come back.
Well, thank you. Congratulations. We look forward to seeing you all year long. 10 down, 15 more to go.
All right, you Lone Star fishing fans. Here he is out of Jasper, Texas, Tod Bear Claw.
Come on, Texas, one of your very own. A 5-time Bassmaster Elite Series champion, fishing his 15th Geico Bassmaster Classic, the first in his home state. Digging deep in that Skeeter Yamaha live well. Texas, let's welcome one of your very own, T-O-double-D, Tod Bear Claw. 23 pounds and 3 ounces. 3 fish to add to that. They only need to be 23 pounds, 7 ounces to take the lead. 6 pounds, 4 ounces. But Texas, he represents you all year long. Let's hear it for him. Tod, you know, coming into this event had to be a very special feeling. Getting the opportunity to fish in your home state in the Bassmaster Classic. Tell me what your week's been like.
Yeah, it really is, you know, and I had a lot of high hopes for this event. I thought this might be my turn and do it right here in my home state, but unfortunately it wasn't. But I want to say a special thanks to all my family and friends that came out. Love you guys, but you know, I was fishing shallow. I was fishing a pattern to win, and today I ran a bunch of new water. I didn't go where I caught them the first 2 days. There was a couple guys that were in contention to win, so I stayed out of there. But ran a bunch of new water today, and just never ran into them. But I was flipping and pitching a Strike King finesse worm on a power shot, which is a short drop shot on a bait caster, castaway rod, and but I was getting a lot of bites, but I just never ran into the big ones. But hey, I want to thank everybody for coming out. You fans are great. Nobody does it bigger or better than the Texas. Love you guys.
Always great to have you here. We'll see you on the Elite Series.
Got another great angler coming in right now. Big fan base for this fella. He's out of North Prince George, Virginia. Give it up for Jacob Porosnik.
He's a 3-time Bassmaster winner. 2 of those came in his rookie season on the Bassmaster Elite Series. Started the day with 27 pounds and 9 ounces. Get loud for Jay Praz, Jacob Porosnik. 27 pounds, 9 ounces, a 5-fish limit to add to that. Looking for 19-1 to take the lead. 16 pounds, 3 ounces, puts him in second place with 43 pounds and 12 ounces. Or 43-12 and sitting in second place. And I know you were pretty jacked to get out there today. I mean, after what you found yesterday, but it seems like Lake Conroe may have just changed a little bit again.
Yeah, you know, the weather kind of got terrible out there. The weather, you know, he lied again. You know, that he is the most consistent guy, you know, that there is. And I don't understand how you can lie and still have a job like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but no, it was good. I actually that fish I caught, I don't know how much it weighed, but I shook that fish off about 10 or 12 times today. It would grab and swim off, and there was I don't know how big it was. I mean, I've sight fished all my life, and it was absolutely
giant. I'm just letting you know. I mean, it looked like it had eyeballs the size of tennis balls when it would swim up there and, water around and stuff like that. But, the fish are still coming, and it was one of them deals. But, this is a Bassmaster Classic, and I got some of the best sponsors in the world. Quicksilver Marine Parts and Accessories. They keep my Mercury motor running so good. I've never had a minute's trouble. I've never been to the service trailer in all my years of professional bass fishing for anything that's been torn up, so it keeps you on the water. B&M Baits, me and Cliff Pace have invented some stuff. Cliff just come out with a new bait called a Flat Wild. It's absolutely incredible for flipping down here in Texas. And, I got a J-Bug out and stuff like that. I'll be using it Toledo Bend here. We're going there in a couple weeks. But Livingston Lures right here in Texas. I mean, it's some of the best stuff. I mean, we got some of the best guys that are created those baits and everything, and I believe in them. I believe in them with all my heart. It's just one of those deals. We got to get the right tournament to blister them on it. But all my Ranger boats. Thank God for a Ranger boat on Conroe. If you live on Lake Conroe and don't run a Ranger boat, don't take this personally, but I think you're stupid. I mean, I run around. I get to, I go to bed at night. I don't hurt, nothing like that. But this lake is the roughest lake I've ever been on in my life, probably, for the size it is. But it is a big bass factory, and I hope they come back here one more time.
We'd love to see you back here. We'll see you all season long.
Got another great angler coming into us. He's out of beautiful Lakeland, Florida. Y'all give it up for Bobby Lane.
A former Elite Series Rookie of the Year and Elite Series Champion. I know the Lane contingent is in the crowd. Give me a little love for Big Fish Bobby Lane. Bobby Lane gained that nickname at the inaugural Toyota Texas Bass Classic in this great state by winning a brand new Toyota Tundra there via Big Bass. And now, digging deep in that spider wire wrap Phoenix Yamaha's live well and got a little something to show you. "27 pounds of 13 ounces as of this morning. And bringing us a limit of fish. And with an absolute freak panda to finish out his limit. 5 fish looking for 18 pounds, 13 ounces. You think he's got it? 19 pounds, 7 ounces. And the train goes rolling through. A brand new Geico daily leader in Big Fish Bobby Lane. Bobby, you made the train roll through, and a great championship Sunday here. A brand new Berkley Big Bass, 7 pounds, 2 ounces. You're our Geico Daily leader. You're Lady Berkley Big Bass. That's all the good news. The bad news is a whole bunch more anglers left to go. But wow, what a great day on Championship Sunday.
Man, I'm telling you, it was a great day. I left the dock this morning, and my 7-year-old told me to catch a 7-pounder. She actually said catch 2, but I didn't have the opportunity at a second one. But maybe I'm saving that for Toledo Bend. 7-2, yeah, there you go. Amberly, I got your 7-pounder. And it's a wonderful. Last weekend, my brother had his first baby. His wife did, of course. Ivy Ann, she weighed 7 pounds, 8 ounces. So something during the week, there was a chance of catching a 7-pounder. The odds were in my favor, and today it worked.
It worked out very, very well, and you came so close to this title just a few years ago. I know every time you roll into this event, there's only one goal. Classic drive you throughout the season.
Well, you know, I don't shake much in the elites, and I'm shaking now. It's these classics mean everything. I mean, you work all year. You drive your Toyota and run your Phoenix and your Yamaha all over the United States. I mean, that's what we do. And when you qualify for an event of this magnitude, it makes you just want it even more and more. And I caught that big one pretty early this morning, and it was just momentum going all the way. You know, I had a struggle yesterday, but it's going to be my turn one day. I mean, unfortunately, I doubt today, but I want to definitely, the Lakeland crowd and Texas crowd are here, the lanes. I couldn't be more happier. You know, I'm fishing with the best equipment out there. I'm using a new Abu Garcia ALX reels, man. These things are phenomenal, and all V-rods, Villain, Veritas, Veracity. I mean, every one they make is outstanding. I'm flipping the best braid in the world. I got the best boat and the motor. The power poles again today. I can drop those power poles, and I'm telling you, it puts 2 or 3 more fish in my live well every single event so far this year. And I hope it stays that way, because I couldn't be having any more fun than I am right now.
It's been an incredible time having you here. We look forward to seeing you all season long.
Another great young gun on the way in next. He's from Grant, Alabama. How about a big round of applause for Jordan Lee?
One of the brightest young stars in our sport. When you see an angler like Jordan Lee, it's not a question of if, it's a question of when. He is truly a future superstar in this sport. Boom, shakalaka, giant bass. Double gun loaded. Started today with 29 pounds and 6 ounces and went to work in a big, big way, as you've already seen, Houston. That is a bag dragger right there. Wow, we may see our biggest limit of the tournament. Started the day with 29 pounds, 6 ounces. Looking for 17-15. You think he's got it? 27 pounds, 4 ounces. 27-4, the biggest bag of the tournament on Championship Sunday. Jordan Lee, a graduate of the Carhartt College Bass program, qualified for his first Classic as part of that program, now represents Carhartt here in the Elite Series. You came so close to your first Elite Series victory last year, and I know that hurt. How much redemption would a Bassmaster Classic title be for you here today?
You know, it would be everything. You know, I came in today and, you know, I had no clue. I really thought there was no shot of me winning. And, you know, like I said yesterday, I really thought I found an awesome spot. And, man, what a day. It was just, it didn't happen quick for me. You know, it was a slow day, but, you know, when I set the hook, they're obviously big. But, what a day. I mean, this is the Bassmaster Classic. This is the 3rd day. Have all my friends that fish. There's a few. My mom, my dad, my girlfriend Kristen, her parents, and tons of fans. And I just, you know, this is a dream come true. You know, I was thinking today when I was fishing, I was like, you know, this is Guntersville all over again. You know, I ended up doing pretty good in that one and had a really tough start. And, you know, that's just what I was thinking today. I was like, man, this is Guntersville all over again. But, you know, you never know. dream day at the Bassmaster Classic. Got the greatest sponsors in the world, the people from Carhartt. They're here, and they've been supporting me, texting me all week, you know. Hey, if you don't do any good, they said, you know, you're still number one. And, you know, that just means so much going to a tournament. You don't feel like you have that huge pressure, but just because how many people are pulling for you, you know. And Tackle At It, they're a new sponsor this year. They have a big booth here at the Bassmaster Classic, and I just want to thank them for everything they've done for me, and just all the great fans out there. Thank you.
Jordan, it doesn't take long to watch you on the water and realize that you are truly doing what you were born to do. Nobody in this sport will ever argue. Everybody believes that you will be a future superstar. But in a few short minutes, somebody is going to stand on that X and hoist that trophy over their head. Have you thought what that would feel like?
You know, I haven't. You know, it's never. Sorry. You know, it's never been about the money or the fame to me. You know, I just love catching fish. And
no matter what way this works out, I'm going to say it officially right here, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know Jordan Lee, you better get to know him, because he's going to take his pound of flesh from this sport. You say you love to catch fish. You did it better than anyone has this week. And now you got to sweat it out for a little while and hope it holds on.
Yeah, it sounds like a great plan. I'll never be happy in my life sweating like that. So I can't wait.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your Geico Daily leader, Jordan Lee.
Whoa! All right, way to go, Jordan. Next angler coming to us all the way from Gonzales, Louisiana. Here comes Ryan Levine.
Where's the Levine Ticks? Won the Bass Nation National Championship by over 16 pounds. Here's your Bass Nation National Champion and rolls in the Bass Nation's best, Phoenix. The fish floodgates continue to open. Ryan Levine did what many thought was impossible at the Bass Nation National Championship. Started the tournament on the back of the boat. After 2 days, the top back motor was put up in the front of the boat and allowed to compete. He won that tournament by over 16 pounds. But because of the incredible job done by Jordan Lee, you need a big bag. Looking for 26.14. Just 2 fish here today, but 2 of the right ones, 11 pounds, 12 ounces. Let's hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen. $41.09, and boy, Lake Conroe's been incredible to you. Big victory in the fall, and then a great finish here this week.
Yeah, man, I kind of like this place. It's today it kind of threw me for a little loop, but I quit everything I was doing. I figured the only way I could catch a big bag was to go out deep, chasing brush. I think it's the right thing to do. I just had the wrong rotation. I hadn't really looked at it yet this week. Got 2 of the right bites, caught fish all day, had a blast. But how about Jordan Lee? Did y'all see that stringer? That was impressive, huh? But this is everything any of us have ever dreamed about. I know Dave said it every day. I came through the non-boater side of Bass Nation. If anybody out there is looking to fish Bass Nation, do it. I'm standing here as proof as anybody in Bass Nation can stand on this stage, no matter which side you come from. Because of Bass Nation,
I get to run the best equipment out there, Phoenix boats, all kind of TH marine equipment on it, power poles, you name it, fully rigged. It's a great program what they're doing now. So if you're thinking about it, come on out. Bass Nation is a great route.
A great route indeed, and you are a great Bass Nation national champion.
Thank you, sir. My family that comes to everything I do, this has been the best week fishing for me ever. I want to thank B.A.S. for everything, all my sponsors, United Vision Logistics, Missile Baits, Delta Lures, Jig Suey, and I'm sure I'm leaving some people out. Cajun Boss, I'm sorry. Thank y'all. It's been awesome. I don't know what else to say.
We look forward to seeing you back here again. I'm pretty sure you'll be back.
All right. How about a little more of this good old Texas love for our next angler? He's out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Y'all give it up for Ott Defoe.
Defoe currently leading our Elite Series toward a Bassmaster Angler of the Year race. And that's the reason why. Let's hear it for Ott Defoe. Rolled out in that beautiful Nitro Mercury and comes back with an absolute freak right there. 5 fish limit here today. 18 pounds, 10 ounces. Let's hear it for Ott Defoe. It's Bass Albert. Gonna weigh that for Berkeley. Big Bass needs to be better than 7.2 for the day. 9.9. A brand new Berkeley Big Bass for the day. Not going to take over the overall Big Bass, but wow, what a way to finish your classic.
Yeah, and to catch that fish on top water was even, I mean, to make that even better. Dude, everybody in here knows what that's about. Dude, it was the craziest fish catch of all time. I caught an 8.6 at Okeechobee on a frog, and that was the biggest fish I'd caught on top water, but I beat that here this week. It's on, and it was even on a new bait from Storm. It's called a cover pop. It's what I caught all my fish on the first day and caught that great big one on it today. When I caught that fish, I didn't know if it'd go 10 or not. It was just a little shy of that, and I really wanted to beat Ayler's 9.12, but man, what a fish. It was my first one today. It was really kind of a tough day. I'd had a few bites I missed and stuff, but that was the first fish I landed this morning, so that was a heck of a way to start the day on a heck of a lake.
Incredible season you've had in the Elite Series. Another trip to the Classic, leading angler of the year. Life is good for Ott Defoe.
Yeah, the Lord is really blessing Ott Defoe on the water right now. I don't know why, but I give him all the glory and all the credit for it. There's no question. Absolutely. That's what it's about. But, I mean, it has been, because there's things that happen that I cannot explain, like catching that fish. And that exact fish catch, I'll give you the 30-second version. I made a cast, that's like I said, a top water with treble hooks. It ain't like it's a frog with a big single hook on braid. I'm fishing on 17-pound Bass Pro Shop monofilament. And I throw it up there, and it's in behind all those willow twigs and stuff, and I'm working it. And I start to reel it in because I was about to get hung. And as I reel about 4 feet, and then I see this fish chase it. And so I stop and twitch, and I can see him under it just going back and forth, back and forth. And I get completely outside all the brush, and she sinks down and just comes up and smokes it. And if that fish would have been on the backside of that brush, I don't know how in the world I'd ever landed it, but because it followed it all the way out and bit it on the outside, I was able to get it in. So, you know, I mean, it was an amazing fish. But man, I've got to thank all my sponsors. I've got the best sponsors in the industry running that Nitro Z21 and fishing with that Bass Pro Shop equipment. It's really great stuff. Everybody out there really should try it out and make sure you at least take a look at it when you stop by Bass Pro Shops. It's really excellent stuff. But man, and I got to say a huge thanks to my family. Where you at? Make some noise. There they are. But my wife and my dad, they're both down here. Some good friends of ours that are there in the crowd with them. But, you know, the thing that's hard about this sport is being gone from your family as much as we are. I was very fortunate that my wife was able to come down here. The kids would have came had I had a chance to win. So, you know, it's not going to work out that way. I'm already second behind Jordan. A heck of a job he did out there today. But, man, that's the hard part, but I got to thank them so much for putting up with me being gone so much. And the three kids, Abby, Parker, and Elizabeth, they mean the world to me, and I enjoy every minute I'm home with them.
Well, we enjoy having you on the Elite Series, and we want to thank them for sharing you with us.
Got another Gulf Coast pro on the way. He's from Panama City, Florida. Here is Drew Benton.
Our reigning and defending Elite Series Rookie of the Year, Drew Benton. In his sophomore season here on the Bassmaster Elite Series. Let's hear it for him, Houston. £31 and an ounce to start the day. 3 fish here today to finish off his Geico Bassmaster Classic. 8 pounds, 10 ounces, gives you 39 pounds, 11 ounces. At his very first Geico Bassmaster Classic, he moves into 12th place. Well, your first Classic under your belt right now, and is it just hype, or is this a crazy tournament?
Man, it is. It's, you know, I played baseball a lot of years, and for a long time I hoped that I would get to play baseball on a field like this. But, you know, the first Classic to get to weigh in for a Major League debut, I mean, that's pretty awesome, so I'll take it. You know, I got my love for fishing not from a bass boat. I fished on a little 14-foot Queen craft on the Apalachicola River system with my pawpaw. And that's where I got my love for fishing. He's in the stands. And I appreciate that. My mom and dad, they got me involved in sports. That's what kept me competitive. My biggest fan, my little boy Cade, he's 2. He's up there wearing my jersey. Can't beat it. Everybody to thank. I have all the sponsors I have to thank. You know, they bet on me when nobody else would. Bagley, Phoenix Boats, Power Pole, Millennium, Phoenix Rods, Tightline GV. I caught most all my fish this week pitching a Tightline GV hybrid crawl. It's something unique. You need to check it out. I fished in a lot of pressured areas this week and got a lot of bites, and you know, it just didn't work out. I lost a lot of key fish today, and that's going to happen, you know, in the high risk, high reward deal that I'm doing, flipping those bushes. So get out there and check them out, and I hope to get back to this thing one day because it sure is a lot of fun.
I know you'll be back to many more. Great to have you here. Let's hear it for Drew Benton.
All right, we'll go Drew. Hey, next guy is a perennial pro. He's been hanging with us for a while. How about it from Auburn, Alabama? Give it up for Steve Kennedy.
The former heavyweight champion, professional bass fishing, a 2-time Elite Series champion, would desperately love to hold that classic title over his head. Start today with 33 pounds, 2 ounces. Let me hear it for Steve Kennedy. Oh boy, struggling to get that bag out of there. 33 pounds and 2 ounces. Needs a big day to catch tournament leader Jordan Lee. Looking for 23 pounds, 9 ounces, 5 fish. 21 pounds, 15 ounces. And with that, you officially qualify to get a Christmas card from Jordan Lee every year for the rest of your life. Moving to second place, 1 pound, 10 ounces short of the lead. But what an incredible job done by Jordan Lee. I mean, biggest bag of the tournament, but wow, you made a giant charge here on Championship Sunday.
My hat's off to Jordan. You know, back with Auburn, Matt and Jordan Lee both went to Auburn. So, yeah, I went to a couple of their meetings and, you know, tried to help them out, told them all my best secrets, and little did I know, just 2 or 3 years later, they're going to be up here beating me at the Bassmaster Classic. So, anyway, opportunities are getting shorter. I'm getting to be one of the veterans up here, it seems like, and I really hoping I can do it. But anyway, we'll see where we end up. I had an incredible day today. I've been catching all my fish, swimming a jig up in the jungle and up in those willows and stuff. I've lost a few that probably would have done it easily many times over. But anyway, I need to say thank you to Bass Cat. And I'm running their era model. I don't think it's a secret that it's probably one of the fastest hulls on tour. But one thing that's a little bit different about it is the foot pedal is located dead center, way up, you know, a lot closer to the nose of the boat. And it allows me to make pitches and casts across the bow that I can't make with other boats. And if you don't think it makes a difference when you're fishing in that wind and all this stuff, out of position casts, it makes a difference if you're competing. And then also I need to say thank you to Power Pole again. I've gone without power poles for several years. You know, I've used a push pole, whatever I need to do. But, you know, with the wind we had, that 30-mile-an-hour stuff, it was, there's no way I could have caught what I did, you know, without being able to sit there and make those pitches. And also my trolling motor probably would have been dead at 1 o'clock. So yeah, I couldn't have done it without those guys, and they hadn't asked anything of me. So thank you, Power Pole.
I want to congratulate you on a great finish. Let's hear it for Steve Kennedy. I got a feeling it's going to get pretty loud in here, Don Day.
Yeah, this next guy is trying to get well known, so y'all make him feel good when he comes in. He's from Kalamazoo, Michigan. Big round of applause for Kevin Van Dam.
A 7-time Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year, a 4-time Classic Champion, 23-time Bassmaster winner. Houston, keep it going for the one and only KVD. Kevin Van Dam went out in 7th position this morning with 36 pounds and 3 ounces. Needs 20 pounds, 8 ounces to take the lead away from Jordan Lee. Unfortunately, just 4 fish, 9 pounds, 15 ounces, but let's hear it for KVD. Fishing his 26th Geico Bassmaster Classic. And Kevin, I know anytime you're within striking distance, and you had a bit of a mountain to climb, but you know crazy things can happen, and you keep putting yourself in this opportunity. It's got to be special.
Yeah, that's all you want to do is be within striking distance going in the final day, and what better place than Lake Conroe to have a chance to make a comeback. And you know, I went out there this morning with a game plan to target bigger fish. You know, the shad are spawning in the mornings. You know, there's a lot of seawalls there. They'll get up there and chase them on that. And I had some pretty good days in practice doing that. So I switched up my game plan, and you know, I did that this morning until the sun got up, and I never got anything. I caught a lot of catfish. I caught some hybrids, crappie. Caught everything but a good bass early, and kind of got me behind. It's just, I don't know what really changed, but I really struggled. So, you know,
it's such a letdown because, you know, I've got, you know, great family support. I've got an unbelievable fan base. I appreciate everybody so much. I mean, all the well wishes and stuff like that. I feel like I let everybody down, and you know, it's been an emotional week for me just because this is my 26th Classic. I promise you, I do not take any of it for granted. And you know, there's people out there cheering you on, and they're on their docks, they're taking pictures, and it's awesome to be here. And you know, this is the greatest sport, I think, on earth, and we really couldn't do it first and foremost without having a great platform, you know. So all the B.A.S. staff, all the volunteers, it takes so many people to put the Classic together. All the sponsors that support the Bassmaster Classic, man, I just have to say thank you, and especially to all the fans. Without you guys, a great crowd today, we wouldn't have anything. So I'm the luckiest guy on the planet. I get to make a living at something that I love to do. And I'm a fan first, I'll promise you. 26 Classics, I've been at every single one. I'm going to be sitting over here in the crowd or on the tunnel watching. My favorite moment of the Bassmasters Classic is at the end when the final guy comes in to see that champion crown. There's nothing like being here. It's awesome on Bassmaster Live, and it's awesome to be able to see it on TV, but there's nothing like being right here when it happens. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Before you leave the stage, Kevin, I got to talk to you about a young man who's probably sitting backstage shaking like a leaf right now, and that's Jordan Lee, a very special young man. And you guys battled it out, and you ended up on top this past year on the Elite Series. But what's going through his mind right now?
Well, let me just tell you a little bit about Jordan Lee. You know, I've got to know him pretty well. We've got several sponsors that are the same. He's obviously, I mean, he drives a Toyota. He uses quantum rods and reels like I do, and he's a Strike King guy too. So we talk a lot. We do a lot of media events and things together. We've done a lot of shows and things together. And you know, he's a great angler. You know, he's trying. So, I mean, he came up through the college series. I mean, it just goes to show you just how our sport's growing and what's going on. And, yeah, last year I came out on top at Cayuga, and it really kind of surprised me. And it would mean, you know, everything to him to win this deal. But it's life-changing for anybody. I'm going to tell you, there's nothing more special than winning the Bassmasters Classic. I wish everybody could experience it. You know, all these guys, that's what we dream about. We work so hard all year long to do it. I'm sure he's, you know, on pins and needles back there, but you know, if it's your day, and it sounds like it was his day today, he had an incredible day. It's going to be pretty awesome, and I want to be right there to watch it happen.
Well, we're going to see in just a few minutes. Let's hear it for Kevin Van Dam. 19 down, 6 more anglers left to go. Don't go anywhere.
Almost 30 years ago, I fished my first Bassmaster tournament. Once you win one Classic, you want another. Once you win Angler of the Year once, nothing satisfies anymore. I love the competition. I love that people are always gunning for me. I never would have guessed that I'd be the guy with the bullseye on my back, but I'm cool with that.
Toyota, let's go places.
The competition is fierce, and the prizes are huge. The only thing missing is you. Fantasy Fishing presented by Toyota. Sign up for free and face fans from across the nation. Grand prize winner receives a Triton Yamaha package, including a Triton 189 TRX. MSRP of $37,293. The Classic and each individual Elite Event winner will receive $2,500 Bass Pro Shops gift cards, with the runner-up receiving a GoPro Hero 4 Black camera. Sign up and pick your team today at BassmasterFantasy.com.
Nitro, built for speed, built to fish, built to be a champion. That's why they're America's favorite performance fishing boats. The Nitro Z Series, the Z18, Z19, and Z20 are built on our revolutionary NVT hull, an advancement in hull design that keeps Nitro on the forefront of tournament technology. And the Z21 is the choice of the world's best anglers. Award-winning reliability, fishability, and performance. It's what makes every Nitro a champion.
There's a place we're all working to get to, but it's not on any map. It's the business you want to build, the daughter you'll one day put through college, the legacy you'll leave behind. That's why you give your best every day, and that's why we'll give you ours.
Geico for your boat. See how much you could save. Be sure to stop by your local Geico agent, Eric Mays' office in Pearland, Texas, or Jerry Coker's office in Spring, Texas, to find out how much you could save.
Hey, everybody, it's time for the Berkeley's $100,000 Cast for Cash. Berkeley, one of our longest sponsors of B.A.S.S., is excited to have the Berkeley $100,000 Cast for Cash in honor of their new line of hard baits. Berkeley's been at the forefront of innovation and products that are designed to catch more fish since back in 1937. You know their brands and products: Trilene, #1 fishing line in the world, Power Bait, Fireline, Havoc, the list goes on. Adding to that, Berkeley now has Fusion 19 hooks, the sharpest hooks that I've seen. So we're going to send it down to my buddy, the birthday boy, Mr. Hank Parker.
Hey guys, how we doing? Berkeley's Cash for Cash, $100,000. I'm sitting here with Jerry Meyer from South Alabama. Now, are you a Roll Tide or a War Eagle?
War Eagle.
Woo! How about that? We got a lot of Alabama fans in here, I can tell. Well, you're going to be able to cast in that fish's mouth for $100,000. You got your Trilene on your line or on your reel. You're ready to go. You got your weight. All you got to do is put it in there and leave it in there. Don't pull it out. So go for it, brother. It's all yours. We need a drum roll. Woo! I'm going to get out of your way. It's all yours, brother. Put it in there. Nobody's ever won this out of the 9 years that I've been doing it. So, Jerry, you're the man. You want to go the other way? Whichever way you're comfortable. It's all yours, brother. $100,000. Alex, give him another chance. One more chance. Come on. One more chance, please. One more chance. Come on. Woo. For 25 grand. All right, you're going to give you one more chance for 25 grand. 25 grand, one more chance. That was close, Jerry. Put it in that mouth, buddy. $25,000. Come on. Woo. Oh, man. Well, I'm going to tell you what. That first one was close for 100 grand. But, Jerry, let me tell you what the folks at Berkeley are going to do. They're going to give you a check for $5,000 for being a good sport. Woo! That is awesome. What a great bunch of fans at Houston, Texas, man. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Berkeley, for the cash for cash. And thank you, Jerry. All right, let's watch the rest of this show. I'm like Kevin Van Dam. There is nothing like being live at a Bassmaster Classic, watching them win this big tournament. So everybody enjoy, and we got 5 more to weigh in. We'll see what happens. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet your 2017 Bassmaster Classic Super 6. From Pittsgrove, New Jersey, Michael Iaconelli. From Lancaster, Kentucky, Bradley Roy. From Tulsa, Oklahoma, James Elam. From Tulala, Oklahoma, Edwin Evers. From Erie, Pennsylvania, Dave Lefebvre. And from Newport Beach, California, Brent Taylor. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your 2017 Bassmaster Classic Super 6.
Oh boy, what a cast of characters. Thousands tried to qualify. We started with 52 here at the beginning of the week, and now 6 remain. One more time, let's hear it for them. What a cast of characters. We have 2 former Classic champions, including our defending Classic champion. 2 of the brightest young stars, future stars in this sport, including a Bassmaster Classic rookie, and 2 fishing multi-millionaires that desperately want to make their mark on the Bassmaster record book. Let's hear it for them one more time. And then there is one other guy, and no matter what way this works out, what an incredible story. He won the Carhartt College Bass program years ago, qualified to be on the Bassmaster Elite Series, now represents Carhartt. That program, so incredible, 3 out of the last 4 Carhartt College Bass champions now fish the Bassmaster Elite Series, but truly the head of the class, 25 years old, and 6 anglers away from getting a Bassmaster Classic title. Let's welcome him back to stage to load our hot seat. Let me hear it for Jordan Lee. Hey, Jordan. Look at it. What did you just ask me?
I asked you what it smelled like.
Why don't you go check?
It smells like money to me.
Jordan, I went backstage. You're shaking like a leaf. Just to let you know, I had to confirm some details. I said, Jordan, how old are you? And he said this. 25, I think.
Yeah.
You have ice in your veins. We never see you get rattled. Little different today, I imagine.
Yeah, a little different. You know, right now I'm a nervous wreck, but on the water today, it was just like just a day at home with my friends. You know, just because I was so far out of this deal, you know, I was really calm out there. But you know, what a dream come true. I mean, it's amazing.
When did you start this dream? When was the first time you focused on that trophy and said, man, could that be me one day?
You know, my mom and dad, they're in the stands right now, and they took me to my first classic. It was, my mom did, and it was 10 years ago. Yep. And, you know, it was at Birmingham. It was the one Boyd Duckett won, and you know, watched him hold up that trophy, and you know, I went the next year and watched Kevin win, and I was, you know, a spectator in that one too, and you know, I was just a kid in the stands, and it's a dream come true.
What you're hearing is just how incredible dreams can come true. I'm sure we have a lot of 15-year-olds in the crowd. 15-year-olds, 10 years from now, this could be you. And Jordan, you may just be moments away from motivating one of the biggest charges in collegiate fishing that we've ever seen.
Yeah, you know, I don't know how good that is because they're going to be taking my money then. But you know, yeah, it really is. You got to work hard and you know, put your time in. That's what all these guys have done. They're the best. They're the best there is, just because how many hours they put on the water. And you know, I feel like I put in a lot of hours. You know, since I started fishing, and you know, this is where you want to be. That's why you work so hard.
You have a lot of friends in Alabama. A lot of people have watched you and inspired. The Coleman High School team came all the way here to cheer you on today.
Where are they at? Where are they at? Yeah, you know, I went to high school in Alabama at Coleman High School, and to see their fishing team grow, and it's just unreal. You know, when I was in high school, it really wasn't that cool, you know, to fish. I mean, it was kind of cool, but it wasn't that cool. Now it's really cool. So, you know, the college program really boosted my career, you know, qualifying for the Classic. So, you know, for all the younger kids out there, you know, stay in school. My mom and dad, they pushed me in school, but this is where I wanted to be, and I worked hard to get here.
You just want to keep talking for a little while, or should we get going?
Yeah, I may tear up a little bit more, so we better just weigh them.
Are you guys ready to meet our Super Six? Who do we got first? Let's get him rolling. The silence. The DJ's asleep.
Oh, you waiting on me?
No, we're waiting on the music. It's Mike Iaconelli. And you, of course, Don Day.
From Pittsgrove, New Jersey, here he is, Michael Iaconelli.
Shakalaka, giant bass. started the day with 37 pounds and 8 ounces. £37 and 8 ounces at the start of the day. Looking for 19 pounds and 3 ounces. 10 pounds, 15 ounces. With that, Jordan Lee remains our leader. Ike, so close again on Conroe here, and man, this morning when you caught that fish pretty early, I started to think redemption time, but Lake Conroe, so fickle. I mean, it gives and it takes so much over and over again.
It's a very difficult lake. It was a good week. Anytime you make it to the top 10, it's a good week out here. I fished 2 primary patterns this week. I fished out, and I primarily did that in the mornings. I was fishing 8 to 12 foot with a Carolina rig, a Berkeley Power Lizard, VMC hook, and then I would go up the river and I'd flip shallow. And that was my formula this week. Abu Garcia rods performed great. If you want to see the exact techniques that I fished, I want everybody to go to bassu.tv, go to Bass University, check it out. I'm going to have all the stuff that I did this week will all be on there. But it was a great week.
Very, very cool. Unfortunately, not going to take the title here this week, but look across at this young man here, 25 years old. You know how much this changes your life.
Yeah.
What would this do to Jordan Lee's life? And tell me what it's like to look at a 25-year-old that is that good.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, and it's the future of the sport. You know, Jordan's a great example of when your family gets you involved in the sport at a young age. You know, you create a lifelong passion, and I'm proud of Jordan and his parents for getting him involved in the sport. We've got something called the Ike Foundation, and it's all about getting kids involved in fishing. If you want to help, go to the IkeFoundation.org, and maybe there's 4 or 5 more Jordan Lees coming up through the ranks.
There definitely is, but there is only one Mike Iaconelli, and you're one of the reasons. Let's hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of everybody in this sport, I got to thank you because you're one of the major reasons there is Jordan Lees. You inspired a whole generation with your antics.
Well, it's great to see it, and I know Jordan. He's a really good dude, and he worked hard for it. It's not luck. 2 more things before I let everybody go. First of all, thanks everybody for coming out, man. What an awesome city. What an awesome town. But I got 2 things for you real quick. I got a brand new TV show. It's called Goin' Ike, and it premieres this Tuesday night at 7:30 on the Pursuit channel. Please check that out. And finally, and I'm going to ask Jordan right now, after the Champions Toast, if you happen to win, we're doing an Ike Live after party tonight at Lucky's Pub, 9 p.m. Everybody's invited!
Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Iaconelli.
All right. Now, coming up next is a guy from Lancaster, Kentucky. Make him welcome Bradley Roy.
His very first at Geico Bassmaster Classic. The youngest angler ever to fish the Bassmaster Elite Series. Went on to win Rookie of the Year that year. And in his first at Geico Bassmaster Classic, he rolled out this morning in the mud hole wrapped Triton Mercury and comes back with a toad. Let's hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen. Championship Sunday in his very first Geico Bassmaster Classic. At 37 pounds, 10 ounces, he's looking for 19-1. 2 fish for 9 pounds at 10 ounces. But let's celebrate an amazing young angler. – 47 pounds, 4 ounces, going to finish right now in 5th place, weighing that for Berkeley Big Bass. Not going to take that over 6'11", but your first classic you did what so few anglers are able to do, and that's truly contend for this title.
You know, I think I did okay. You know, today was a little tougher on me. You know, all you can do is ask for a shot going into the last stand. I think I put myself in position for that. I was predominantly fishing offshore, which was a little different. You know, it's funny, Ike and I were kind of fishing the same way. We both caught 2 fish today, so I thought more fish would be coming to me. I was catching my fish 2 ways this week. I was catching some of them on a Carolina rig, and then my bigger ones kind of came on that D&L tackle jig with a Cabin Creek Express crawl on the back of it. But I thought I would have more fish coming my way, and that was my game plan. And if that had happened, I might be able to give Jordan a run for his money. But it didn't. But put me in a good spot, you know, and hopefully I'll finish in the top 10. And you really can't ask much more for the first classic, can you?
No. I mean, it's an incredible finish, and I know you'll build off this.
Yeah, I will. And man, I got some people to thank. You know, I want to say I started last year. You know, you see mud hole across my chest. I started last year building my own custom rods, and I'm not saying that just because I build my own custom rods, I made my first classic, but that was my first year of building rods, and I made my first classic, so that might have helped a little bit. And you know, I fish out of that Triton, and Triton Mercury, Power Pole, Rants. I never have an excuse to not catch bass. If I don't catch them, it's my fault. It's never my equipment's fault. So those guys are a big help to me, and I couldn't do it without them. Anglers Outpost and Marine back at the house, USA Cares. I got all kinds of people to thank, and I'm sure I'm forgetting some of them, but man, it's just awesome to be here. I got the best family in the world. Some of them are down here. I got a girlfriend down here. The rest of them are up there hollering. Man, I just don't know. I just want to take this in. Can I stand here? You want me to stand here a little longer, Jordan? Do you want me to wait a little longer?
Get out of here. Get out of here, Bradley. Come on.
I can wait a little. I mean, I can talk about something else. You got anything you want to talk about?
What'd you catch your big one on first day?
I caught that big one on the Carolina. You know, and I thought when I caught that big one, I might actually have a chance at this thing today. I caught it on Bassmaster Live, and man, I just never got any more keeper bites. But that's the way it goes, and I'll chalk it up as a good week. And congratulations to whoever wins, and I can't wait to get back here.
All right, get a front row seat. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Next angler ready to roll through from Tulsa, Oklahoma, James Elam.
Fishing his second at Geico Bassmaster Classic, had the unique opportunity to kick off his classic career in front of his hometown crowd in Tulsa, Oklahoma last year, but comes to Houston and looks at that title square in the eye. Started the day with 37 pounds, 13 ounces, and is just 18 pounds, 14 ounces away from a Geico Bassmaster Classic title. On day 1, had 20 pounds for just 4 fish. So he is catching the right quality. 37-13, looking for 18 pounds and 14 ounces. 12 pounds, 7 ounces. Not going to take the lead, but let's hear it for him. Part of our Super 6, James Elam. Can't be frustrated with this one, man. What a job you did. I mean, unfortunately, one short of a limit today and day number 1, but wow, you put yourself in contention, and I know those two are haunting you a little bit right now.
They sure are, man. You know, I lost one today, but the first day I didn't. I was just really happy to have 20 pounds the first day. I wasn't really on them that strong. I just had a few clues to tell me what to go do, and sometimes that's the best thing you can do is just, you know, have a mediocre practice, but settle down and fish slow and patiently, and that's kind of what I did this week. So it kind of came together, you know, as the tournament went.
You look at this Super 6 and include Jordan in that. It wasn't part of the Super 6, but obviously leading this event, he may be the Super Stick by the time this is all done. But wow, what a description of how incredible the Elite Series is. You've got, 3 incredible veterans and, of course, some of you young guys that shows us that there is going to be some incredible anglers for years to come.
There is, every time I look around, I think I do good in a tournament, and then Jordan Lee's just like right above me. So he's got it going on. He's a natural, and he's a good guy, and he's a good fisherman. He works hard, so he's got everything that you look for. So, yeah, there's a lot of good young guys besides him and me. I mean, it's just not just us, so it is kind of scary.
It is an incredible field of anglers, and got to be celebrated for a great finish here. I know this will just drive you on to that title and that yearning for that title even more.
Yeah, I mean, this is an awesome experience. I can't wait to get back here. I'm going to do everything I can this year to requalify and try to make it back here. But before I get off here, I'd like to thank all my friends and family that showed up. I had friends following me around the lake for 3 straight days, and I would get a bite about it every hour, hour and a half. And I couldn't imagine how bored that they were, just sitting there following me around. But I want to thank them, and I want to thank all my sponsors. And I'm just really grateful for what I do and able to do. And my family is the key to that whole thing. So
I want to congratulate you on your second Geico Bassmaster Classic. Let's hear it for James Elam.
Next angler ready to roll through. He is from Tulala, Oklahoma, Edwin Evers.
Your reigning and defending Geico Bassmaster Classic Champion. A little delayed due to signing autographs. Come on, Houston, everything's bigger in Texas. Let's welcome the reigning and defending Geico Bassmaster Classic Champion. Looking to extend his reign for another year, put himself in a unique opportunity to potentially become a back-to-back Bassmaster Classic Champion. Started today with 39 pounds even. Looking for 17 pounds, 11 ounces. And unfortunately, just 2 fish on Championship Sunday. $39 pounds even as of this morning. 2 fish to add to that. 6 pounds, 11 ounces. Let's hear it as Edwin's reign as Classic Champion comes to an end. An incredible job he has done. Edwin, unfortunately, that's going to end your reign as a Geico Bassmaster Classic Champion for this year. I know you'll be back. But, wow, what a great opportunity you put yourself in with the unique opportunity to repeat here. You did everything you could to keep that title at home in Oklahoma.
Man, I did. I just knew I was going to go out and win today. I really did. I felt super confident about what I was doing. I was fishing a shad spawn in the morning with a War Eagle spinnerbait and a square bill, mega bass square bill, and just covering a lot of water. And for whatever reason this morning, man, they just would not take it. I mean, I'd had all kinds of bites, and I couldn't get them hooked up. I caught that one real good one, and I thought, man, we're going to do it again, and looking back, I'd love to have the day over. I would have done a few things differently. All day long, I'm thinking I need to have 20 to low 20s, and I didn't. So I don't think I did. We don't know how this is going to turn out. But, man, my hat's off to Jordan. He had a great, great stringer.
We talked on day number 1 about your reign this past year and how it changed your incredible life. It took you a lot of places. Could you imagine doing that at 25 years old?
I don't think he knows what's in store for him. If he happens to hold on to this thing, and his life is going to be turned upside down without a doubt. But, Jordan's a great professional, and I don't have a doubt that he can handle it all and be a great champion if that's how it ends up.
Well, you were truly a great champion this year. I want to congratulate you on a great Bassmaster Classic. And I'm sure there's some people you want to thank before you leave.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
The Geico Bassmaster Classic Champion is so much to this sport outside of just winning a tournament. I mean, you truly represent our sport honorably all year long.
Man, it was really an awesome year, but I can't do it without the number one people right there is my family in that front row, my wife, my daughter, my son. He's waving. My mother-in-law drove all night, my uncle and my nieces and cousins, and it was just awesome. My sister-in-law, they're just a huge help, and they're my lifeblood, my support, and everything else. But, you know, my sponsors, you know, I've got the absolute best lineup. And one really cool thing about one of my sponsors, you know, Bass Pro Nitro, all of them, I don't want to leave them out, but General Tire has got the ultimate sweepstakes going on to go fish with either me or Skeet. So you guys can go to General Tire's Facebook page, and you're going to have like the ultimate Get a Real Job sweepstakes. It's really cool. So you guys go on Facebook and try to enter that, and you'll get a fish with me and Skeet up on Mille Lacs Lake.
Well, congratulations once again. A great reign as the Classic Champion and a great Classic. Get a front row seat to this show. Hey, Jordan.
What's up?
Just hanging out. A little derby going on.
Yeah, what's this tournament called again? I forgot.
What's going through your mind right now? You just took out the reigning and defending Bassmaster Classic Champion.
Well, I don't think I took him out. Nobody can take out Edwin. He's an unbelievable fisherman. You know, I grew up watching Edwin, you know, on TV, and unbelievable angler. All these guys that are walking across this stage, you know, it's really hard to take it all in, just because, you know, I grew up watching these guys just like everybody in the stands, and, you know, I'm a fan of them too. So it's unbelievable.
You grew up watching these guys. You are one of these guys. Don Day, who's next?
Well, we got a guy coming in next from Erie, Pennsylvania. Y'all make him welcome down here in Texas. Here comes Dave Lefebvre.
Started today with 41 pounds and an ounce, $2 million in earnings on the FLW Tour, and already won victory on Lake Conroe at the Toyota Texas Bass Classic just a few years ago. One fish on Championship Sunday, and with that, the high school team from Coleman, Alabama just got a little bit more excited. But what a tournament Dave Lefebvre has had. One fish, let's make it official here.
I'm just kidding, I got more.
Oh, you just...
I'm just kidding.
One fish for 1 pound, 15 ounces. 43 pounds even. Let's hear it for Dave Lefebvre, part of our Super Six. He came over to the Bassmaster Elite Series, and we talked about it, you know, before he even came. I mean, you were chomping at the bit to get here, you know, the year before and that sort of thing. And you told me it was about this. It was about that title and the Classic, and oh, so close, but I know it just fuels the fire.
Yeah, it does. You know, the truth is, I think if anybody remembers what we talked about yesterday, you know, the hell thing, heaven and hell, remember that? I just couldn't send 5 more big fish to hell.
Okay, let's just explain this, because somebody somewhere is going to be like, what was he talking about? There's a hole in the bottom of the stage. When the fish get weighed, Tripp hands them nicely to a man who's laying on his back on Charlie Hartley's skateboard. You just met him, that's nice. And he repels his way back. The fish go across there. They go into see our biologists and, of course, the incredible folks from Bass Nation Conservation and Texas Parks and Wildlife. Take care of them. They go back to Lake Conroe. Healthy for years and years for you guys to catch them. I wouldn't say that's hell.
No, it's not. Ask me something else. That was weird.
It was weird. It's weird that you call that hell. But tell me what changed today. So many anglers struggled on this day that really you'd been bulletproof up to this point. We looked at it going out this morning and we're like, you know, you yesterday said on stage you hadn't fished past 10:30 in the morning. What changed today?
Today was a day where they bid. I think, I'm surprised more guys didn't catch them. I think everybody kind of maybe did the same thing or repeated things or whatever and didn't fish free enough. Because I think they were biting today. I had more bites today than I've had the first 2 days combined, but they were active. I was fishing slow on the bottom, and today they kept surprising me. I'd be reeling in and one would choke it at the boat, or today they got hung and stuff and snagged. In the last couple of days they would hit it out in the open and I'd just swing them in the boat, and it's going to be hard to sleep for a long time. It was one of those days. All I needed was 14 pounds, but he smashed them, man. It comes down to averages. It's 3 days. You got to catch them every day, and my average just took a big tank. But I'm happy to be here. I mean, this is the greatest show on earth. My day started. I forgot I was carrying a golf ball. The place where I started this morning, I'm fishing, and some of you guys that fish here probably know exactly where this came from. Anybody know where this golf ball came from? I started in this spot, and all of a sudden I hear a little, like 3 of them, and some guy yells 4, and then all the spectator boats around me, 20 boats, are yelling, "Look out!" And I'm like, and there's a golf ball, this one, coming right at my face, and it hit right at my trolling motor, and I was like, whoa. So we left, and that's why I didn't catch them. See, it's not worth dying over. You know what I mean?
I never liked golf. I mean, I don't trust a sport where water is a hazard. I mean, and obviously you learned that some of those golfers can take a guy out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did you know that golfer's name was Matt Lee, Jordan's brother?
He's probably up there trying to kill me. Oh gosh, really?
No, it wasn't really.
And I liked him. Oh, man. Well, that was a long drive. I mean, it was like...
All right. Anyone you want to thank before you leave the stage here?
Yeah, absolutely. Ranger Mercury, no, but you don't have any idea that when you're out there with a big bag and you got to run back on Munroe in these rough waves, you don't have to worry about it. That's a good feeling. People can't relate to that unless you do what I do. So it's good to cut, and I cut it till the last second every time. So it's a good feeling. My 2 title sponsors this year, just like last year, Rapala and 13 Fishing. I'd like to especially thank, there's a lot of other sponsors that helped me fish the Bass Elite Series for the first time last year. And but I want to thank the people that put my truck together, because I really like it. It's looking good. Paul Munroe Toyota up where I live outfitted the truck, and Royalty Corps put a really unique grill on there. Dick CPEC Tires and Iron Cross, they all put some stuff on there, and it just looks really good, so I'm excited about that. I was wishing it was a little darker because I wanted to blind some people, but it's awfully quiet in here. Well, Jordan's got one more to go, and it's going to be tight. Woo! Can't wait.
Get a front row seat, Dave Lefebvre. Let's congratulate him.
Well, you want one more?
Oh, we got one more left to go.
We sure do, and he's coming in now from Newport Beach, California. Give it up for Brent Taylor.
It is his wife's birthday today. What a gift this would be. A battle for the ages, one of the most highly touted young rookies versus a stone-cold veteran trying to make his mark on the Bassmaster record book. He took a win in Texas just last year at the TTBC. He's got a 5-fish limit. This is going to be ridiculously close, ladies and gentlemen. He needs 13 pounds, 7 ounces. I'm going to ask you guys to get side by side. No matter what way this works out, we are going to have an incredible Bassmaster Classic Champion looking for 13.7. 11 pounds, 10 ounces. 11 pounds and 10 ounces. Unbelievable! Geico Bassmaster Classic Champion. Jordan Lee, 10 years ago, sat in those stands, and today he is a Geico Bassmaster Classic Champion. You did it. You did it. You did what many thought was impossible. 25 years old. And now, we have always said that you were the head of the class of the Carhartt College Bass Anglers. You just took that class to the top of this universe. From Carhartt College Bass Angler to the top award in professional bass fishing, Bassmaster Classic title. What is going through your mind, dudes?
I don't even know what to say. I'm in shock. I can't believe it. I don't even know what to say. I'm lost for words. Unbelievable. I thought there was no way going out today to have a shot at winning. I've been close in elite tournaments a couple times, and
his brother Matt Lee. Let's hear it for Team Lee. Oh, it's a group hug. Okay, here we go. All right. Before you leave the stage, both your children are Carhartt College Bass champions. You just saw one of them become a Bassmaster Classic champion. What does that mean to you?
Love you.
Your life's about to get busy.
Every parent out here knows what it means to watch your child's dreams come true. And to watch these two boys go through high school, fish, go to college, get their degrees, and then wind up here. Jordan Lee just won the Bassmaster Classic.
Well, it's not official yet. We have to do the handoff. So we're going to have a lot of fun tonight, but I'd like to ask the Lee family to just make their way down the end of the runway, because we're about to do a classic tradition. Let's hear it for the Lee family. We are about to do the handoff right here. They have dreamed of this moment for years, and I'd like to ask everybody to cheer it on as we welcome our reigning and defending Classic champion, Edwin Evers, to do the handoff. Come on, Houston, don't get quiet. Hold that down. Let's get... Your 2017 Geico Bassmaster Classic Champion, unbelievable, Jordan Lee. Unbelievable. Jordan Lee, your champion. Jordan, before you get in the boat, let's hold it high. Jordan, it's real, and it's about to get even more real when you make that boat ride. You didn't do this alone. I know you got some people to thank.
I do. I have incredible sponsors. Carhartt, they've been with me since the college years, and they've been with me and my brother, through thick and thin. They're there, and they're always. I feel like they're going to be there for a long time. Strike King. I caught my fish the last few days. First day I was flipping a Strike King Rage Bug to shallow cover, and 5XD yesterday, and today was about a football jig with a Rage Crawl. Just unbelievable. Tackle Addict, they're a store right here. They have 2 locations in Texas, so check them out. Have tons of tackle. You can waste all your money there. And I don't know, this is just unbelievable. I've been close in some tournaments, and everybody always says, it's your time, it's your time. It's heavy. I had 8 pounds the first day, and at noon the second day, I had 0 in the box. I mean, what do you say to that? I had 0. I had 8 pounds total at noon yesterday, and now I have it. That just shows you fishing and how it can change, and you just can't give up. Akinelli said it years ago, and I could have easily given up yesterday. I could have easily said, this isn't. There's no way I have a chance in this, but I stuck with it and made something happen. So
stuck with it, and you, as you can see up there, are the 2017 Geico Bassmaster Classic Champion.
Woo! Yeah!
Now, I know you've seen many classics before. We're normally in an arena, and you do the lap. But what we're going to do here, we're going to have you walk down where your family went. We're going to do a victory stretch along in front of here before you go to head that boat, and then with your family. Anything else you want to say?
Just thank you, everybody. Thanks for coming out, and for all the people that believed in me, even when I was struggling. And, just an incredible... This lake, these guys make it look really easy, and I made it look easy today, but it wasn't at all. I caught 8 fish today, and I had a magical little place, and it just worked out. Just thanks to all my sponsors again. ARE, they're a new one this year. If you're looking for a truck a cap, check them out. Quantum, Seaguar, that's what I caught. My fish on today, I was using a 7.3 Smoke HD and 7.4 heavy rod with 17-pound Seaguar. So, let's hear it. Come on!
Before you take that trophy, I want to ask you a question you asked me earlier. What does it smell like?
It smells like a lot of money and a lot of busy days. I love it.
Smells like a lifetime worth of dreams. One more time, your champion, Jordan Lee. Make your way down the walkway. Jordan Lee will make his way to the boat and be joined by his family. When they start making their route down here, I need you to get really loud and help Jordan Lee remember this incredible, life-changing moment. Unbelievable.
Well, that's going to wrap it up, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Congratulations once again to our champion, 2017 Classic Champion, Jordan Lee. Big thanks to all of you for showing up for the 2017 Geico Bassmaster Classic, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Hope you have a safe travel home. We'll see you next time along the Bass Trail.